Good day everyone, we are Group 3 and we are here to present our proposed air emissions and pollution control measures for the semiconductor manufacturing industry. According to Boyd and Dornfield, 2030, in the production of semiconductors, there are several major classes of air pollutants composed of global warming gases like perfluoromethane, nitrogen trifluoride, and perfluorocyclobutane, ground-level ozone-forming volatile organics like isopropyl alcohol and formaldehyde, hazardous pollutants like arsenic and fluorine, and flammable materials like xylene and phosphate. Additionally, based on the 2023 VIS Sustainability Report, a large portion of air pollution from semiconductor industry is composed of volatile organic compounds and acid-base gases. For reference, based on the same report, fabricators of semiconductor in Taiwan and Singapore emitted VOC in metric tons from 38.71 in 2021 to 32.5 in 2022 and 29.03 in 2023. The decrease in the VOC emissions due to the adaptation of the technology that treats the pollutants in the waste gas and were able to meet the goal of 38 metric tons for 2023, which is well below the standards set. In addition, for VIS Taiwan fabrications, which primarily used a natural gas as fuel, emitted nitrogen and sulfur oxide recorded from 2021 to 2023 as shown. For nitrogen oxide, it increased from 18.46 to 20.86, and for sulfur oxide, it increased from 9.79 to 10.95. Now let's proceed with greenhouse gas emission of semiconductors fabrication. According to Roberti 2024, the world's major semiconductor foundries greenhouse gas emission in 2021 was recorded to be 3,799 kilotons of carbon dioxide equivalent. These came from the combustion in sources owned or under the organization's control, such as boilers, furnaces, vehicles, etc., and those from chemical production and process equipments. As for the emission of inorganic acids, according to the study by Ye et al. 2024, the total emissions of inorganic acids range from 5.5 to 8.9 grams per wafer, with hydrofluoric acid HF emissions ranging from 1.3 to 5.2 grams per wafer, and hydrochloric acid HCl emissions ranging from 0.6 to 1.2 grams per wafer. It was also stated that the primary source of inorganic acid emissions is HCl, which is mainly from packaging and testing plants. In addition, according to the National Emissions Inventory by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, in 2005, it is reported that the semiconductor industry in the U.S. contributed a total of 67.9 tons per year of hazardous air pollutants, where the major inorganic acid emitters were identified as HCl, composed of 10%, and HF, composing of 9%.
Good day. For the next slide, I will discuss the process flow chart of the semiconductor manufacturing process and the air pollutants generated in each process. So as we can see here, it starts with the wafer fabrication, which is it establishes the base material of the semiconductor. So it is created from a silicon or any other semiconductor materials. So it produces air pollutants such as acid, alkaline gases, and organic solvent vapor. For the next process, we have the thin film deposition, which adds the layers of the circuit structure. So dito, the thin layer of material such as silicon dioxide o kaya naman metal or polysilicon is deposited into the wafer surface using chemical or physical vapor deposition, the CVD and the PVD. So some of the air pollutants generated are acid alkaline gases, toxic gases, and combustible gases. Next process is the photolithography, which defines the patterns of the circuit. Yung pattern dun sa circuit na nakikita natin. So, a photosensitive resist is applied in which it is patterned using a UV light that creates the layout of the circuit. So, some of the air pollutants here is, or the air pollutants produced here is the organic solvent vapor. Next is the etching, which removes the unwanted material and it leaves behind the desired circuit pathways. So some of the pollutants produced here are acid and alkaline gases and toxic gases. Next, we have the stripping process, which it cleans up residual materials to prepare for the next processes. So, yung photoresist na ginamit dun sa photolithography, it is removed chemically for the use or through the use of the plasma stripping. So, some of the waste produced here is the acid alkaline gases and organic solvent vapor. And second to the last process is the ion implantation, which it fine-tunes the electrical properties of the wafer. So here, the ions of a dopant material is accelerated and implanted into the wafer to modify its electrical properties. So the air pollutant produced here is combustible gases. And finally, we have the assembly, encapsulation, and packaging na pinapakita na wala naman na air pollutants na produce. So this is, it completes the process. So for the next slides, we will discuss each of the air pollutants mentioned. So first, we have the acid and alkaline gases, which are gases that with acidic or basic properties, often during the cleaning, etching, and the stripping process. So in the wafer fabrication, the acidic gases is produced with the use of sulfuric acid and hydrochloric acid up to the hydrogen peroxide, and the alkaline gas is produced with the use of ammonium hydroxide. In the thin film deposition, the alkaline gas is produced with the use of ammonia. In the etching stage, acid substances and base substances is produced with the use of sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, and hydrochloric acid. In the stripping stage, the acidic gases is produced with the use of the sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide. Next is we have the organic solvent vapor, which is the vapors from the volatile organic compounds, or what we call the VOCs, used in cleaning and photolithography. So, syempre, it is also harmful to health, and it can contribute to ground level ozone formation, or what we call the smog. So, in the water fabrication, it is produced with the use of the isopropyl alcohol and photolithography produced in the use of propylene glycolic methyl ether, tetramethyl ammonium hydroxide, and hexamethyl disilazane. And in stripping, it is produced with the use of N-methyl-2-pyrrolidone and dimethyl sulfoxide. Next is we have the toxic gases, which, syempre, what we know as the hazardous gases, but it is those, ito sila yung mga xylene, phosphine, or arsine, which is used in sila, thin film deposition, saka siya mga etching stage and so on. So this is highly toxic. Yun nga kasi toxic gases. Siyempre, toxic, it can pose significant health risks, which it can also be flammable or explosive. However, may separate tayo discussion din sa combustible gases. So in thin film deposition, this is produced with the use of the nitrous oxide, dichlorosilane up to the titanium tetrachloride. And etching stage, it is produced with the use of the nitrogen trifluoride up to the carbon tetrachloride. And lastly, last air pollutant is the combustible gases, which, as we know, are flammable gases like hydrogen or methane used in the thin film deposition and the etching stage. So, syempre, impact niya is it can create fire, as we know, or explosion hazards, especially in the semiconductor manufacturing environment. So in thin film deposition, it is produced with the use of the silane, and etching stage is produced with the use of the arsine, the boron trifluoride, phosphine, and the diborane. So That's all.